No, wait. Now, just wait a minute. Let me explain the anatomy of the accountability gap and why this is not a systemic rot. And let us leave the discussion of the virtue of Satyameva Jayate for a little bit later. Let me ask you a question. How come a motley group of 4 individuals, small scale financiers, money lenders, are operating as an NBFC in the garb of assisting parents to pay the term fee in these economic conditions, or offering split payments at a very high interest rate in an educational institute somewhere in Bangalore? And nobody is questioning them. This happened yesterday. How come is an so-called NBFC linked to an institute of knowledge and wisdom is question 1. Question 2, is this really an NBFC? Who is to blame? It is not the government. It is not the system. It is not the corruption. That is the narrative we play in our own mind to appear honest and dignified for our own shortcomings. What we are witnessing here, my friends, is a massive accountability gap. We blame the macro system to avoid looking at our micro decisions. As we try our very best to clean up the system and bring this country back to the glory it deserves, I understood yesterday that the surgery should start at once, at the primal level and at home. So I asked the name of this wonderful financial institution, this classified NBFC, to the individual who has taken this facility at a very high interest rate. And this individual considers themselves, for the sake of sanity, a fiscally wise person advised by the so-called best financial planners. How could that person accept such a high interest rate by a questionable financial institution for a paltry sum at an institute of wisdom and knowledge? That answer lies in the psychology of terminally unique reality. The terminally unique reality, the psychology of fear and planetary energetics, the fundamental core of my research paper. We believe that the rules of math do not apply to us because our dreams are special. But listen, the bigger rot is this. When I asked the name of this NBFC, I have no idea whatsoever why they were apprehensive in divulging the name of this so-called haloed financial institution, which, without any kind of documentation, was able to provide this small finance in less than 24 hours. That, my friends, might be called as the irony of manufactured solvency. But the dichotomy does not stop there. We talk about the so-called financial prudence and the liberalized system that helps you to realize your dreams, entrepreneurial dreams to be specific. It gives you the financial tip of attaching a co-founder's name and that person's IT returns to get a bigger loan, read finance. The irony of manufactured solvency is this: that those very IT returns are based on the salary that you have given to this person. And here is the irony, my friend. That person is apprehensive in furnishing those details, even though as a co-founder, that person has no financial liability. This so-called fintech boom in the country is apparently an economic dichotomy fueled not by availing finance for innovation, improvement, or diversification, but as a short and a fast band-aid to a small, financially pressurizing situation. Many short loans, huge number of buyers, questionable lenders like this NBFC, but on paper, the statistics say a huge fintech boom. So why is the government to blame? Why is the economy to blame? Why is the system to blame? No, it is the failure of education. It is the spread of unknown fear and living in one's own terminal unique reality. It is time we wake up for the sake of the next generation. We must not repeat the mistakes of the previous generation, which got really overwhelmed by the sudden application of a liberalized economy. Our responsibility is a transition from survival to thriving. Whatever cardinal principles of good living lead us to strength, we must impart them to the next generation. Those skills, real skills, will never be outdated in any generation, in any condition, despite the advice of even the so-called most brilliant, best financial advisor. Leaving aside the soft and the sensitive behaviors that the society expects us to have, let us be realistic. Let us give the real survival tools to the next generation. And in that process, let us self-educate and bring ourselves back to reality. Because the writing is on the wall, and the wall is just about to crumble. Satyameva Jayate. Lord Shri Krishna says to Arjuna during the Kurukshetra war, I am oversimplifying, but that is the way I must put the message so that every terminally unique person with a terminally unique understanding gets the right message. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharatah abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever there is a decline in righteousness and the predominant rise of unrighteousness, at that time I descend. Shri from a higher plane as compared to this imagined heroic appearance to slay the untruthful. He has to descend for us. What a pity, what an irony. But in the 9x12 way, we understand the power of the word and the tremendous energy it carries. Hence the exactitude. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkratam dharma sansthapanasthare Sambhavami yuge yuge, to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, to re-establish the principles of righteousness. I appear age after age. I leave the interpretation to you. I intend to definitely see what this NBFC is that has corrupted my own country, my own home, and my own loved ones. Because if I do not become that so-called bad man in the La La Land for some time, Lala ji, I am then sorry, I am not doing my duty. And let me tell you, do not worry about the war. Don't worry about the war just yet. It has not even started. Let us first win the small battle of internal rage and self-interpreted apparent reality that may give us real-time practice of actually showing up on the battlefield. God bless you. Stay happy. Jai Siya Ram. Jai Shri Krishna.